Attention and Reality, Part 3. So, an important question you can ask yourself in life is, what controls my attention? You could list what controls your attention the most, and then you could indicate whether that which controls your attention is actually worthwhile, valuable, good, important, true, or not. Another interesting question to ask in this regard is, do I have it or does it have me? So, for example, do I have a smartphone or does the smartphone, iPhone, have me? If you have a smartphone, then you are in conscious control of when you look at it and when you don't. You could turn it off, leave it off for a few weeks, and it wouldn't bother you at all. But if the smartphone has you, meaning it dominates your attention, then you get quite nervous and quite irate by turning it off for a few weeks. So that means you're no longer in control of your own life, your own reality, your own attention, but the little gadget dominates you. The same goes for anything else. Do you have food or does food have you? Do you have money or does money have you? Do you have relationship or does relationship have you? Do you have television or does television have you? Do you have internet or does internet have you? And that's something you can examine for yourself. This slide here is not going to do the job for you. That's something you examine in writing, in contemplation, in consideration. Just watching this slide is not going to make one iota of a difference. It's you that has to define what things belong in your life and what things don't belong. And if there's something that does not belong in your life, you need to consciously let go of it. Even if that's supposedly painful, at the moment, in long term, it's a huge relief. And then you have to define what does belong in your life and bring those things into your reality. Start investing attention in the things that belong, in the people that belong. So, what is the source of attention? It's a general question, but ever so deep. Another way to ask this is, where does attention come from? And I'm asking you this, assuming that you don't need to be spoon-fed all the answers by me, that you can look and think for yourself. I've already said enough. I'm not going to answer all of these questions for you. I want you to look. What is the source of attention? If you find the answer to that question, you might have a few interesting realizations about the nature of reality, about your purpose in life. And what if you put attention on attention? What if you took a walk and put attention on attention? What if you took a whole day of your life where you put attention on attention, where you ask yourself, okay, what's my attention doing now? Where is it now? And now? To examine and observe the behavior of attention itself. Have you ever done that? If not, it's very interesting and worthwhile to do so. Very, very empowering. very interesting exercise. But again, because I assume you can think for yourself and look for yourself, I'm not going to give you the answer to this one either. These are things for you to take, check, experiment with, examine. Why do some things attract and other things repel your attention? So a nice car might attract your attention, and a spider might repel your attention. Why is that? When you take a walk, you'll notice that some things attract your attention and some things repel it. Why? Is it because these things are inherently interesting or uninteresting, good or bad? Or is it because you label them such, you label things as good or bad? Or is it a mix of both? Well, I definitely say from long experience and research that it is a mix of both. So, you're skeptical towards a poisonous spider because the poisonous spider is poisonous. It's genetic. It's inherent within you to be skeptical or even afraid of that spider and to be repelled by it, to go away from it. It's not just your belief, not just your label, not just your opinion that the spider is poisonous, but it is in fact poisonous. However, you can aggrandize your fear or go into panic even if you just see such a spider behind safe glass, if you also have negative labels and negative beliefs toward that cute little spider. Or you can start mislabeling non-poisonous spiders as poisonous, and then you'd have just the same reaction as with a poisonous spider. So because of that false belief, you'd go into panic even if that spider is not poisonous. So it is certainly a mix of both. You see a nice car, and a lot of craftsmanship has been put into it. So your attention is attracted by that inherent beauty that is not only in the eye of the beholder, but also an aesthetic absolute, because so much love and attention has been put into it. But on the other hand, you might also, because you're emotionally attached to a car, label it as more beautiful than it really is. And your beliefs might exaggerate its beauty. Where someone else sees a car that's, yeah, it's okay, it's not bad, you see the most beautiful car in the world. So it's always a mixture of both. Something's inherent energy and what you believe about it, which repels and attracts your attention. What is the connection between attention and love? This is another one I'm not going to answer for you. It's something I give you to think about. If you have the inclination and the time, you can take this as a meditational question or a question for contemplation. You can take this question for a walk. What is the connection between attention, energy, stress, and exhaustion? Well, if there were no connection, I wouldn't be asking the question. So, what could that connection be? If you deal with attention and energy as much as I have in life, you'll notice that overwhelm of attention and dispersing attention in too many directions and on too many things reduces your energy, causing stress and exhaustion. I go into this in depth in another video of mine called Feeling Alive, taking back your energy and feeling alive. What is the connection between learning and attention? This is one of the easiest questions of the series, which I probably don't have to answer for you. I hope I don't. But there's a little more to it. You see, if you do not want to learn, if you're so-called too lazy to learn, it's not only because you don't have enough attention, it's also because there's no incentive to learn. So attention likes to have incentives. If you're in love with someone and don't speak her language, for example, don't speak his language, you'll be more incentivized to learn their language because you're in love. Otherwise, it'll require discipline. If there's no incentive, only hard discipline will get you there. So things go easier if you're incentivized, if you have a motive. What is the connection between believing or trusting and attention? This is a very important question, which I'll leave up to you to figure out. What is the connection between habit and attention? Well, obviously, the more attention you put on something repeatedly, the more it becomes a habit. Then it becomes habituated attention. And then if you keep on going, it can become unconscious or subconscious attention. That's like when you drive a car, everything goes on automatic. So in the beginning, when you did your driving license, you had to consciously focus on each and every detail, and now it just goes all on automatic. And in this sense, you can have lots of positive habits and lots of not so positive habits. And it is my main job to help you release old habits and create new ones. So, having gone through this series on attention and reality, it is my view that you can more easily answer the really big questions of life, which are: who are you? What is real? And what is the purpose of life? Again, these are not for me to answer, especially not the big questions, because by answering them for you, I take away the fun and the mystery. One of the joys of life is to figure these things out for oneself without being spoon-fed, without being told. Because if you're merely told, that doesn't give you realization, it does not give you experience, and therefore no joy can be derived from getting all the answers externally. If you enjoyed this presentation and this entire series, please recommend it far and wide. My name is Fred Dodson of realitycreation.org.